Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's your girl, Forens, the fiance.
And we are back.
In a different environment.
We are back. I mean, still studio vibes because we got all the equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know.
We bad bitches wherever we go.
Come on. But yeah, so what we're drinking today?
Is it mold
Mulled wine.
Mulled wine.
I'm going to say what the inspiration was for this purchase because
Okay.
I feel like I'm a really thoughtful person.
Oh, you say this all the time. You say, I wish I had somebody that was as thoughtful as me in my life.
Well, until God answers.
Round and around we go.
No, to be honest, I do have some great friends. And that was highlighted yesterday when we went for a little girly brunch. And the reason that this comes up, and this is important, is because at this brunch, we had the option to obviously have different like cocktails and stuff. And so one of them was like a mulled wine Bellini.
Which was really different.
It was really different, yeah. And I've never had mulled wine before. And I was like, I didn't really mind it. It was kind of spicy, flavorful.
Yeah, it's a spicy kind of... I always
Like
think it's like
spiced
a
fruits.
mince pie in...
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a mince pie. Do you know why? Because I
What?
used to think that there was mince meat in it.
I know, yeah.
And so then I just never had it, and I've never had it since. So,
But, okay, you have one this Christmas.
no
I will
promises.
hand deliver you one.
Anyway, so I've never tried it, and for the first time I haven't drank the wine before we start recording, so I can actually taste it on air and see what it's like.
You'll
So
enjoy it.
should we do that now?
It's like a port. I want to get us port one day.
Port's supposed to be really sweet, isn't it?
This is nice. I like it a lot.
I feel like it could be a bit richer.
Yes, I was about
bit
to say that
diluted,
it
isn't
seems like they had a lot of mulled wine and then they added water to it to make it go
I mean, to be
far.
fair, it was £2.50, so maybe that's why.
Okay, well, that explains it. We're not going to get the creme de la creme. Like...
So what are we doing today?
We are doing a very British sex shop. Can I just say, before we start,
Of course you can.
I was very disappointed.
In this documentary,
Yeah.
it was
I feel like you weren't.
No.
you
I
said-
think I said good things.
Yeah.
But that was at the beginning when I realised how messy the whole situation was. It wasn't so much that the documentary was a great documentary. It was so messy.
Yeah. But
As
I
in,
feel like
not in
after
terms
that,
of the
there's
documentary being messy, but in terms of like the characters in the documentary.
the players.
I was like, they should probably have had a reality TV show as opposed to a documentary.
I would have loved that, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like after you get past that, there's not much to this.
Yeah, it's true. But then that's why I didn't really have much notes because it wasn't too taxing to watch.
Yeah,
It was an easy watch, to be honest.
No, it was
because-
definitely an easy watch.
But you know what annoyed me was, okay, we watched it on Channel 4, who brag about being, the only free streaming platform or whatever. And I get why you're free, because your adverts are like 4 minutes long each time. And that is so ridiculous.
Very.
So ridiculous. And
Channel
if
4
you
sort it
try
out.
and change tabs, then it stops playing. So then when you go back to the tab, you're still at 3 minutes, 30 seconds or whatever.
You actually have to watch the ads.
I just mute it and I just open it.
Oh yeah, I
window.
mute it and literally I mute it and
Because
then
it's
come back.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, let's get into it.
I think I'm gonna be coughing quite a bit on this. I think I have a chest infection.
Boy,
So you guys can cough along with me.
wow.
Love. So guys, we open up in Brighton at a sex shop called Lust.
Okay.
And we see Mum of Two Jade trying on like different, not trying on, like she wasn't like using a vibrator on the shop floor,
Oh, yeah.
but she was touching like,
Yeah, but she's trying on the masks and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, she better have bought that mask, because how you try on a mask and not buy it?
well, I mean, it was pre-COVID, you could do a lot of shit.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So yeah, she was messing about with different toys and she ends up buying stuff. So we're kind of like, oh, what's going on here?
What's going on here then?
And then we finally meet Tim Richardson, sex shop owner, self-made business owner. And off the bat, I want to say Tim has had a lot of Botox.
Yeah, it does look that way, doesn't
His
it?
face looks
It
like
doesn't move.
surprise.
Yeah.
Like literally like somebody who's just gotten like surprised at a birthday party and it never moves. Even when he's angry, it's the same expression.
But then it's like when he smiles, it's more pronounced. But then it looks like he's smiling anyway. Do you know what I mean?
It's very weird.
Yeah, it is a lot. I noticed that too.
So we learned that Lust is one of two shops that's owned by Tim
Yeah.
in Brighton, which looking back on it now, I'm like, why did you do that?
What do you mean? Why did you
Like,
do that?
you could have just had one shop. It's a bit crazy to have two different...
But I think their whole thing is like Lust is like kind of like hee hee ha ha, just like sex stuff. But then Taboo is like Dungeons and
Dragons. Not Game of Thrones.
Not Dungeons and Dragons, but it was like S&M and all that
But he
stuff.
could have just had a section in Lust, because...
But then if he has a whole shop for it, that means he has a lot of stuff. And so would that be one section, or should it just be a whole shop?
Yeah, but you can have a whole lot of shopping, you're not moving the merchandise,
Yeah, it's
which
true.
it seems like is the case, because
Well,
we barely see anyone in Taboo, but we'll get into it.
true. And also, I feel like people who would be in Taboo wouldn't want to be on a documentary.
Yeah.
So there's that also.
Yeah, I guess. So he has another store called Taboo, and it's more specialist, kind of like niche, hardcore, like sex stuff.
Whips and
basically.
chains and things.
Yeah. Basically, very 50 Shades.
Yeah, they mentioned that as well.
Yeah. So we learned that Calandra, Tim's wife, is 15 years his junior, and they actually met at work. Now, this is where it gets very, very messy.
Oh, Lord.
Because Tim met Calandra whilst he was still working, and she calls herself the
Whilst he was still married.
married, and she calls herself the Saturday girl. And for a while, I didn't get it. I thought, like, do you work for the Saturdays?
No, Saturday girl was like the girl who just comes in on Saturdays.
Yeah, so I clocked after. But I've never. Have you heard it been described that way?
Yeah,
Oh, I
Saturday
haven't.
girl, yeah.
So she works only on Saturdays, or she worked only on Saturdays. She kind of seems like a messy bitch.
Well, she would have to be for this whole situation to have occurred.
Yeah. She said that she saw him, she knew she had to have him, and she fell in love with him, like, at work.
She's like, I knew we'd be together eventually.
And it's just like, you are a really messy bitch. Like, really messy.
Because I feel like it's one thing to see a married man and be like, oh, he's good looking.
He's a bit of me.
Yeah, he's a bit of me. But to then be like,
I'm going to have him.
Yeah, or like open to the fact of like, he's still married, like he has a wife.
She did it. She did that Felice Johnson shit. I likes you and I wants you.
Goodbye.
And we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Lord have mercy.
So yeah, basically he was still married, and we finally meet his ex-wife Nancy, who found out about the affair 5 days before Christmas.
Can you imagine? It's like EastEnders, fam.
That must have been a very shit Christmas.
It's actually EastEnders.
It's
yeah.
literally EastEnders. And so essentially, like, she was basically saying that in Tim's world, he probably thought he could just continue an affair. But obviously she found out. I don't know if she kicked him out or if he decided he wanted to be with Calandra. But either way, they end up married.
But that's wild as well, because I feel like, say he cheated on Nancy, which he did, yeah, and then they divorced, and then like the affair kind of broke up, then fine, but like he actually married the person that he cheated on you with, and she's around now forever, because they're all still involved in this whole family business. I feel that's just wild.
I feel like he's still doing Nancy on the low though.
Do you think?
On the low.
On the low.
That song has a whole different meaning and secret as well.
Boy.
Burna Boy, you nasty.
Boy, what happened with Burna Boy? He cheated on Steph.
Yeah, did you not see the whole thing?
Not really.
Yeah. Some girl came out and said they've been together for 2 years and how, like, he's only with Steph for publicity. And Burna Boy literally just, like, did not say anything. This girl's crying on, like, Instagram talking about
What's
how,
he going
like,
to say?
Burna
Boy barely talks to us. Do you think he's going to comment on this thing?
I wonder if it's true though, because one thing I find wild is that anybody can just come out and say anything.
Exactly.
But I do think it's true because he hasn't responded. If it wasn't true, he would have refuted allegations. But I feel like
even sometimes, even if it wasn't true, even if it was true, people would still refute allegations. So what is anything?
No, but I think it's more so like if you literally say nothing, because he probably doesn't want to like rock the boat before she posts pictures and shit.
Right.
But she should have just posted pictures so like.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that point you made is actually true. Anyone can say anything.
Yeah.
And it's not even like there's proof now, because anything can be photoshopped. So like, what do you really believe? Because like, anyone could come out now and say anything about it. But what am I going to say? No, it's not true. Yeah, it's true. No, it's not. Do you know what I mean?
It's wild.
So
basically, it's Valentine's Day approaching, and it's one of the busiest days of the year. And it's weird. I've never thought about Valentine's Days and Valentine's.
It's like
Day,
a holiday.
Yeah, and sex shops. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, like every shop has its like whatever peak period.
Yeah. Okay. Like big
yeah,
sales.
but I've never
stuff.
thought like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, so sex shops must be booming.
Yeah,
like,
it's true. That's a whole industry.
It's literally a whole industry.
I mean, I guess I sort of think about it. Like, people, if they're gonna buy sex toys, they're gonna buy them throughout the like. I don't feel like it's specifically like, oh, Valentine's Day is coming. Let me. But then maybe it's just like an excuse to like get something new or try something else.
Different.
Yeah,
even
that's
if
true.
it's just underwear.
Yeah, that's true.
So we see them preparing, and Taz is the son, so Tim and Nancy's son.
Yeah, his name is Taylor, but Taz for short.
Yeah, and he runs he is based at the family hardcore shop, so Taboo.
I feel like that's the worst place for him.
Literally, So he says,
I studied music production. It's a very tough industry to break into, so, it's rubber cocks at the moment for me, unfortunately.
and it's like, I really feel for him.
Yeah.
Because say your parents like run a restaurant or something, it's one thing to be working at that kind of business, but to be all up in this place selling.
And it's not something you would ordinarily
And then your
do.
mates are going to come in and laugh at you and take the mick, because you know this like white boy banter.
Yeah,
like it can't be easy on him. So we meet Tim's most loyal customer at this point, and I have a lot to say about Scott.
Oh. I knew you would. I knew you would.
So
There's certain parts of this documentary that I was like, I know Forenza's going to have something to say.
So Scott, they open it up because you don't really understand. They open it up saying he's a kitchen porter. So you're kind of like, oh, okay, what? And they say he comes regularly and he buys the same product every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, how many vibrators or cock rings or butt plugs could one person need?
one have, yeah.
Literally. But no, Scott comes in to buy sex dolls.
Can I just say at this point that I don't believe in shaming people for their sexual preferences unless those preferences are dangerous to like a child or whatever. But I do think that this was very, very strange. Now, we have an episode earlier on Silicon Sex Men Who Love Dolls and stuff. And like we were able to actually talk to the guy from that and like, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I just... Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead.
I feel like, though, comparing the two,
Mm-hmm.
the guy from Silicon Sex
Mm-hmm.
is definitely... I'd rather be trapped in the house with him than this guy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
There's a different... I don't know what it is. There's a difference to their
Mm-hmm.
approach.
Exactly.
All I can say is Scott looks like he only sleeps with sex dolls. Like, I wouldn't
that's
think
the case.
anything else of him. And he kind of alludes to the fact that he can't get a normal girlfriend.
And so, okay. And so this is the thing, because there's a difference between... Obviously, I think sex dolls are weird. I'm just going to put that out there because I just think it's strange. And I just think they never look good, especially Scott's, but we'll get into that later, yeah. I just think that there's a difference between, oh, this is a tool that I'm using to get off, versus this is a companion, or this is my, not even necessarily a companion, this is my girlfriend. Like, this is my replacement for a woman, a relationship, blah, blah, blah. Because I think that's dangerous. And this is what we mentioned in the last episode, like, the Sex with Dolls one. It's just, it's weird.
It's very... And he says it, though. He says he prefers the dolls to women.
Yeah, exactly. And why is that? Because there's no opinions, there's no back chat, there's no consent, there's no free will, which when you think about it, is very, very strange.
It's very strange. It's very, very strange. So we go to Scott's bedsit because there's no other way to describe this thing, area that he dwells in.
Is that his whole house?
I feel so.
I thought it was just his bedroom.
I think it's a bedsit.
What is a bedsit?
It's what he has. It's a bed where you sit in the same room and there's a TV and there's mold on the walls and looks like he hasn't... Okay, I don't like shaming people for where they live, but I'm just like, the money you invest in these sex dolls, you could really use it to fix up your living quarters.
See, but then everything is all about priorities. Anyone can use their money to do
Yeah, so
anything.
he's got the wrong priorities, essentially. That is what I'm saying.
And therein lies the problem.
So we go to, like, Scott's bedsit, and like I really didn't like that it was a black doll.
Oh, that was there.
Yeah, there was don't you remember he went home and he goes home and he like kisses this doll and he's like, oh, like, hi Abby or whatever her name
Like
is.
he talks to the dolls
on the single bed again. It's another overgrown man in a single bed.
Yeah,
not a single bed, like
single bed.
Oh god. So yeah, so he's come to Tim's store to buy a new sex doll, and
this is like custom.
Yeah.
Like you pick all the...
But I think this isn't as, like, expensive as some of the ones we've seen before.
Yeah, and it's like, I thought that Dean Bevan's dolls were trash. This one was trash.
This is about overgrown Barbie doll.
I just think they overcharged him because he didn't even have to pay that much.
I feel like we need to go into the sex doll business.
And show him how to do it, because this is ridiculous.
No, not show him how to do it. Like, just overcharge people and...
Yeah, fair.
So he pays $1,200, which is like, you could buy a used car for that amount. Like... Yeah. He pays $1,200.
There's so much you could do with £1,200.
Yeah, for this doll, and this doll is shite.
It's really bad.
But what really bothered me was the way he built this doll. I don't know why it really bothered me. So it was like eye color, which
so it said like literally it had the customization. So it had I think he picked brown eyes, C cup, medium nipples, and then the vagina type was
D cup.
Did he say D cup? Okay, all right then. Well, I can't relate. He said medium nipples, and then the vagina was like fixed or removable. And I don't know why in my head removable allows for like easier cleaning. I don't know why I thought that would be the one to pick. Oh, did they say that?
Yeah.
So, but he picked the fixed one,
which kind of gave me comfort because maybe he doesn't sleep with them, but I know he does.
He does sleep with them, sis.
I know he does, but why would you then not pick the removable that you can take out and wash? But he's a dirty guy. You can tell from where he lives that he's dirty. So
do you know what annoyed me the most about
where he lives?
No, not where he lives.
Because I couldn't get over that.
About the.
What would you do if like you went home with a guy?
I would go to my home.
I'd be like, serial killer.
I would retreat to my
gonna die
home.
home tonight.
I would retreat to my home. The thing that annoyed me the most about the thing was the skin tones. Did you notice the skin tones?
Was it not brown?
So they didn't mention the skin tones and then when he was picking his options, but you could see what the skin tones were. And so the skin tones were pale, pink, natural, in brackets, white. Well, it wasn't in brackets white. My notes are in brackets white because the natural was also white. And then it was light tan, which again was white, and then ebony. So it literally... First of all, the use of the word ebony, like...
It's disgusting.
It just makes me so... Did you use ivory? No, you didn't. It just makes me so annoyed. It's like... Literally, like, you know how we complain about, we don't have any foundation shades. If Fenty did sex dolls, there would have been range.
A range with undertones.
And the thing is, the fact that this is custom made, you could literally do any kind of shade, and you only have to mix that color when somebody orders it. So it's not as if you have all of these on stock. You can just tell them it's going to take a bit longer.
Yeah.
Literally, like, even in sex dolls, you can't be, I'm not represented. Like, I was just like, fam, there was like 4 shades of white, and then ebony. Ebony, that was maybe one of my black friends' colour.
Literally. Because the ebony's the one we saw the first time. How many, like, people... They're different shades. So if...
And the name ebony, I said, everybody get out. And that's how I know that it's just a fetish. Like, you want to be a black girl, but black girls are aggressive, so you're scared of them. So
you
just
have
get
ebony sex doll.
So that pissed me off the absolute most. And
I didn't notice that because I was still stressed about his house. But thank you for picking up.
You're welcome, babes.
So Tim has a call from his ex-wife who has had a fall. Like, she's fallen down like 37 stairs or whatever.
She looks bad. She looks really bad.
Yeah, she looks horrible.
I was like,
But then she looks horrible. Like, I mean, it's really bad. I don't know if it's because he's got like a young thing as a wife now. But she doesn't look good already.
No, but I meant horrible. Oh, you mean I meant... Okay.
The fall, like, added to the worst.
Can I just clarify, though? What I meant was after the fall, it was peak. She was proper bruised.
Yeah.
She does look... Do you know what she looks?
Frail.
Yeah, no, but she looks drained.
Yeah.
She looks tired. She looks like when you're with a man that doesn't sustain you or doesn't give you life,
Yeah,
that's what she looks like.
And I guess that would happen to you if you found out your man was cheating with...
the Saturday girl.
Yeah. She's not even working full time. She can't sustain and he's cheating on you with her.
Nancy tries to act like it doesn't bother her, but I feel like it bothers her.
Of course.
It would bother me forever.
I don't know how they... Because, guys, if you haven't made it clear, they all work together.
Yeah.
Like, they have meetings. They literally all work
they're all
in the same... So they are in each other's space.
All the time.
How
do you heal from that?
The only thing I can think of is she must have put money into that shop.
I think that's what it is.
And obviously you can't leave.
But
the
it
investment.
makes sense that she's still there in terms of like, this is my business. Like, we started this together. But what doesn't make sense is that, like, Tim, have some shame. Like, can you not tell Kalandra to like do something else, or maybe put her in the other shop, or
can't she work at the next Marks and Sparks?
Yeah, or can't she do something else?
Yeah, or can't she be back office?
Yeah, like it's just so disrespectful.
But
to
Kalandra
me.
seems like such an intentional. She probably was all like, I want to be in the front.
I just don't know how they can. If my husband cheated on me with someone and then married that someone and brought her around, somebody has to die. I don't understand. How can all 3 of us be working together?
Yeah. It's just a very crazy situation.
Like, every scene, I was like, I cannot believe
this is happening.
Like,
right?
Yeah,
but this is definitely some white people shit. But I just feel like when I think about the whole situation, it's extremely frightening because this is why like men are so scary, because a guy can fuck everything up. And
win, still win.
Because he won.
Yeah,
he has his business. He has his ex-wife working for him like a worker maid,
and his new
wife is there, and he goes home to her.
This is one of my first thoughts that I had. I was like, wow, so this guy really just had an affair, cheated, left his wife, and everything is fine. Like, I'm sure that there were a couple of years or maybe days or whatever of like animosity and weirdness and stuff.
But he even says it. He says that it was really rough, mainly for Nancy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even for him, as much slack as she was going to give him, he still had his boo.
Yeah, he
had
his
was
cake
rid of
and
the
he
old
ate it.
wife.
Yeah.
Literally. This is why I was in that room yesterday on Clubhouse. Guys, jump on Clubhouse. They're not promoting us, but it's just lit.
Yeah, and also you can't just jump on Clubhouse. You have to get an invite.
Yeah, but get someone to give you an invite. It's not that hard. Fine. It's not like...
I've got one, so whoever's got the highest bidder, let me know now.
But yeah, I was in this room and the girl was talking about why it's important for men to like love you more in a relationship. And like when I see stuff like this again is another reason why I subscribe to that notion, because I feel like...
I don't know,
Let me tell you why. I feel like women, the way we're socialised to be in relationships, because socialisation affects relationships, we already love... So say it's a scale of 1 to 10. Women enter a relationship already with a level like 4 of commitment and love for their partner, because of how we're socialised in general.
Yeah.
But men... because of socialization and the little accountability or responsibility or whatever they have, they can enter a relationship on a 1. That's their default kind of thing. So for you to even meet a man that is matching you at that 4, he has to love you more, because a man's 1 will not a man's entry level will not even match your entry level. So you're already starting at a disadvantage.
I think that notion is kind of like, you're saying that because, like, with the hope that because a man loves you more, he's not going to do dumb shit.
No, I'm not saying that.
And I feel like a man can love you more or less or the same and still do dumb shit.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying because he loves you more or less he's not going to do dumb shit. I'm just saying that if he loves you more, I feel like if he loves you more, there's certain things that he will be able to, like, restrain himself from doing. Whereas if a man just enters at the level that men are told he can love you. But then
can you not argue that level is that he just doesn't love you?
No.
Like, he's just in the relationship.
No, because we can't ignore how socialization affects us in relationships. There's a reason why men get away with cheating and doing this and doing that.
I agree with that. I just don't know if finding someone that... And then, like, what is more? Do you get what I mean? Because it's not a natural scale. Like, this is just arbitrary way to demonstrate what the idea that we're talking about. Like, what is more? Do you know what I mean? And I do think that it's kind of like, there's times where, like, you will do more and he will do more. Like, a relationship is like give and take. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like it's just about finding someone who, like, matches your energy, as Twitter as that sounds. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, like, my mum says that to me all the time. She's like, I'll find someone that loves you more and stuff. But I just feel like even if a man loves you more, as a woman, if you don't reciprocate that, but just because you're socialized to, like, love more, you may not necessarily reciprocate that same.
But even your reciprocating will be like so your reciprocating will be more than, I don't know how to explain it, but your reciprocating will always be more just because...
Like, you're already starting at...
Yeah, you're already... Like,
it's like someone doing foundation paper and doing a high paper.
Like, you can score a C.
I can actually get an A, but you can do everything you want and get a C.
Literally, and you still get a C. It's literally perfect example. Like, already, just because of the way we are. Like, a man does not have to, like... A man can justify cheating and lying and doing all of this stuff to women because society allows him to. So he can love you. But I feel like you need somebody that loves you more because society already gives them the room for fuckery. So the only thing that will then stop them
but this is my thing. There's a difference between them loving you, like, more, like, loving you a lot and loving you more than you love them. Do you get what I mean?
But I just feel like it has to be more.
I mean,
and a man loving you more does not then mean that you do not love more. You're not going to
do what you're going to do.
But I feel like he has to love you more to match your energy. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Guys, comment and let us know if you agree. Could think I'm chatting
Hashtag 2G1D on Twitter.
So yeah, back to Tim and Nancy and shit.
Yeah, them man.
Them man, I forgot about them man. So because she's had this fall, like, Tim is kind of, like, distraught because she is their top, like, saleswoman.
He's not distraught because her face is bruised.
No.
Swollen.
No. And he's basically saying that the people really love her, and obviously Valentine's Day is coming up. I think we're like 2 days away at this point, and he really needs kind of like
the sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So he then asks his 19-year-old daughter to help, and
Kizzy,
yeah, and Kizzy is not here for this shit.
Kizzy must be a lawyer.
Yeah, she's like, I do not want my face involved in this shit. I'm not trying to be.
I'm not about it.
So he's like, can you help out? And she's like, she's not really on it, but. Yeah, she comes to help at the end of the day because it's the family business.
Yeah, exactly, and that's this is the thing. I feel like he can always use that because it's like it's the family business.
Yeah,
it's
pays
how
your
you
bills,
eat.
it buys your car.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So I said at this point, I do get the vibe that Tim is still in love with Nancy, but at the end of the day, like, you would be, because you have kids.
That's like
what
you mean. I feel like if she was like, you could get it, like, he would be on it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he'd be on it anyway.
I told you, I think they still smash. So at this point, because Valentine's Day is coming, Tim is really like, they need like an incentive to boost sales, and stuff like that. So Taz suggests that they should do this bingo thing where, like, they roll the balls inside that circle thing and then pick something out.
Pick a number and then if you win,
how a bingo works. I don't really understand it.
I actually went to bingo one time with Shamari and his grandma. It was so fun. I had so much fun, and people were just winning left, right, and center. I had so much. Yeah, you can win bare things. And, like, listen, you think old people are, like, just old, yeah? Fam, I think grandma was on it, like, because you have to, like, tap the thing and then it was so fun. It was the one in Cricklewoods. You know, there's that massive bingo hall in Cricklewoods.
The one that's closed down now?
Oh, maybe it's closed down. I don't know.
The one that was near in Burnt Oak.
Okay, no, it's in Cricklewoods. It's like massive. It's like near the McDonald's. Yeah, it was so much fun. It was. I don't even know why I went. Like, it was so much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun.
To win cash dollars.
Yeah, we should go, man.
So they decided to do the bingo theme, and then obviously, like, Tim's really happy because Taz is, like, showing interest in the family business and blah 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 blah. So as the day is approaching for Valentine's Day, Taz is basically like, he's not really on it.
And to be fair,
I understand.
Taz suggested the idea, but he didn't say that he would. Well, he did agree to do it, but he suggested the
But it was
idea, and
under
then his
duress.
dad was like, "Oh yeah, why don't you do it?" And he was like, oh, "Okay, whatever."
Because the dad really wants one of his kids to take over this business.
Which makes sense, but this is not a car dealership, my brother.
Literally.
Like this,
It's a very specific.
yeah. You have
I mean,
to want
be
to do
fair,
this.
like if I was his kid, I'd definitely take it over because that, you know, not that that's
It's a
my
bit of
bag,
you.
but it is a bit of me.
It's on brand.
Very on brand.
It's not on brand for Kizzy. Kizzy's trying to do law.
Fam.
What
it's
she look
very-
like trying to take the
And
whatever.
then also for like Taz, it's very.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing as a guy.
Do you know what I think? It's like, I don't even think, to be honest, like them being in this like family business and them being so close and this whole sex shop thing, like there's a certain level of closeness that I think that family has that, like, for example, I would never have with my family. Do you think I'm chatting about vibrators and dildos with my father?
Yeah.
Never. Do you know what I mean? So clearly, like, there's a closeness there and there's like, but that doesn't mean that I want to continue this on.
Yeah.
Like, had I been given the choice, that was like, if I were not born into this, I
Would
wouldn't have
be
chosen
doing
this life.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fair enough. Even if the dad did have a restaurant, it's still, you're still well within your rights to be like, look, I don't want
I'm
to be a
not on
chef.
it, yeah.
I don't want to run a restaurant. I want to play the guitar.
It's true. It's very true. So Taz basically says he doesn't want to do it and would rather the day off. He says
With me,
he
your boy.
only, literally, he said he only wanted to do this shit one day a week and focus on other things. Now he's doing 4. And I mean, I get the vibe that he doesn't have other things to focus on, but like,
Yeah, because he wants to do the music production thing, and that's not like, for example, yeah, say tomorrow the music production thing bangs, yeah, then it makes sense. Like, I'm sure his dad is not going to be like, no, don't do that, stay here.
yeah, but he probably
But, like,
does. I
because
get
you
the
haven't
vibe
got
that he's
anything
not
else to
doing
do,
that he's doing.
It's like,
He
you
just
might as
doesn't
well
wanna
do this.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I get the feeling of feeling like sucked into the business, because it's like, now this is all I have, and so now 10 years will go by, and it's like, what's the point of trying to do
And
music
literally
now? You might as well
and
just,
all you're doing is selling cocks.
yeah, you might as well do this and do it businessman like.
Yeah, it's true.
Be at the top of this game.
So it's finally Valentine's Day, and Tim's strategy is to lure customers in with free booze, a game, and inappropriate questions. And he's wearing this like silk shirt, and it's just cringe. And I can
It's
see
pink,
why
innit?
Taz didn't want to do it.
Fantaz would not have done it.
So Tim is really working his magic on these streets.
He's doing well.
Yeah, literally.
He's good.
Like,
He's good with them.
He's getting people in.
Yeah.
They're playing games. Everyone's having fun. There's a lot of traffic. So we see people going into the shop, and then it's like winding down. And Calandra says that the foot traffic hasn't quite translated into sales, so they probably haven't done as well as they should have.
Oh, because they were trying to make, what's it?
20k. That was
Yeah,
the
because I think they
target.
made 15k
15
last year.
and
Yeah.
then the target was 20k.
Okay.
So it's the week after Valentine's Day, and we learned that they've sold just over 16 grand, which is more than last year, but less than the target. So
I always wonder where they get these targets from, because even at work they have like, I mean, they have ways that they calculate these things, but it's like, did you just pull 20k out your ass? Like, what made you think that? As in, what was different between last year and this year that you thought 20k would be attainable?
maybe it was the bingo thing.
But what does that mean? You're even giving away stuff for free.
Yeah, but
So I mean, but
then
like
bring
clearly,
people in.
okay. So for example, at work, yeah, they have this thing where they're like, okay, there's this many eye tests booked in. This percentage of people are likely to need glasses. If the average sale is this much, then we could make this much. So then that becomes a number. So then you know that your goal is see this many patients, tick. If this many people need glasses, then if they get this, and this, tick. Then you can come up with a number which it explains that, okay, cool, this could potentially be how much we could make, right? Give or take. Some people might need, some people might not need, right? But with this, it's like, where did this 20k come from? Because you did better than last year.
Yeah.
Like,
so-
had your goal been 15k, you would have been celebrating that, wow, we did more.
Yeah.
But then 20k came from where?
No, yeah, it's true.
I mean, I'm sure it came from somewhere, but like where?
So Tim like decides they really need to boost their sales in like a business meeting that he has with all his people there. And then he's like, okay, we're gonna do a latex show in 2 weeks. It's just like, okay, that's kind of random.
Do you know what I had? And I don't know if you watched This Is Us, yeah, but for those of you that do, he reminds me of Randall, because in This Is Us, Randall just comes up with an idea and everybody bends over backwards because they want to help him out because his family. Like, he doesn't consider anyone, he just does what the fuck
Which
he
one
wants.
is Randall, the black one?
The black one. He just does what the fuck he wants. And then Beth will be like, cool, fine, let's make it work. So Tim is just like, okay, guys, we're going to have a fashion show in 2 weeks.
And everyone's like,
And everyone's like, this is very, very stupid, but fine, cool, let's make it. And then it happens. Like, can you consider other people? Like,
Can
it's
you
such a man
think
thing to do.
literally of other people. So Tim asked his daughter. I found this really weird. Tim asked his daughter to get involved and model the latex with her friends
Do you know why I didn't find it weird?
because they're already a sex shop.
Oh, yeah, the standards were different. But I think it's just because he's not seeing it as his daughter. He literally is trying to do anything for this business to
Cash,
survive.
yeah, he says it at the end of the section actually. And obviously she's like, no. So Scott So now we've kind of left that bit and we're with Scott now.
Oh god.
Because his sex doll has arrived
Oh,
and they deliver
God.
this sex doll.
Oh,
So
God.
Scott has decided to call it Giulietta because he believes that if she had a voice, she'd be Italian.
Mm.
And it's just like this guy, like the thing that scares me about this guy is he's the guy you walk past on the street. He's the guy that like, you know that crossover near my house?
Mm.
He's like the guy that it's late at night and you just walk past him on the crossover thinking, okay, like he's a normal guy, but really he's crazy.
Would you think that he's a normal guy though?
I mean, if I wasn't paying too much
There's some
attention.
people, but I'm always paying attention. I would have my eyes.
When he first walked in to the shop,
he seems very unassuming.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem threatening.
But then when I saw him in his bedsit, I was like, you're crazy.
yeah, but you then had more information about him when you looked at the bedsit, and that's what informed.
No,
your
but he
decision.
looked crazy. He had like very...
Yeah, but he was like salivating because it was the sex doll.
Yeah, and then he had like, what's that word where your hair is dirty? White people hair.
Greasy.
Greasy hair. He had very greasy hair. His top looked dirty to me. I don't know. I think I'm just like, the dirt from the bedsit is
That's
all
what I'm
just...
saying. That is what is that.
Yeah.
That's the major issue.
Because
Here.
anybody in that
If
environment
that room
would
was
look...
clean and if you had a double bed, I don't think you would.
Yeah, and I guess anybody in that... And I'm sure he had the TV with the antenna. I could be wrong. I feel like anybody in that bedsit would look crazy.
Exactly. No, but he's
And he had like a sex swing as well. And I was thinking, where are you putting this thing?
no, because he said that it's so that it can help. It can
Yeah,
help
but
him change.
I know
her.
what he said, but where is he putting it? Where?
What does he mean?
Where is he putting that sex swing? Because you know you have to hook it onto...
I don't know. Do you know?
I do know.
Okay.
I ain't had one.
Okay.
But have you watched Sugar Rush?
Perez, the fiance. No, I don't think I have.
You should. It's quite
Is
good.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? Where am I going to watch it?
You can watch it on Channel 4.
I'm not going to Channel 4 with the shit adverts. I'm tired. I'm tired. Channel 4, if you're listening, it's enough.
But yeah, he had a sex swing. You need to harness those things
Oh,
up.
yeah,
And I'm
of
thinking,
course, you
where
would
in
have
your
to
bed,
anyway,
sis, are you putting this thing?
Look, where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Maybe he'll remove the single bed so that he has space.
And he says he uses it for the dolls. And I feel like this is the thing. It's one thing to like, because guys always say, okay, what's the difference between that and like
A dildo.
a dildo? There's a big difference to me. Even if you want to reduce it to always the same thing, like you don't dress up your dildo and have a sex swing with your dildo. You just do your shit and move on.
Keep it pushing.
Like you really are humanizing this doll.
And that, therein lies the
problem. You don't talk to your dildo, but, oh, hi Roger. What are you going to do today? Tickle my clit. Like,
Oh, Roger.
like, I mean, what the hell?
So the thing that is really weird, weirder, is like Scott's telling us about a movie that he watched, called Weird Science. And he's like, in this movie, and I Googled it just to kind of like check what's going on, these guys couldn't get a girlfriend. So they build a girlfriend on the computer and then she comes to life.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, that's what I've done. Right? And I Googled the movie and like she comes to life, but she like ruins their lives.
So you obviously didn't watch it to the end.
I was like, you just but then again, it's just the whole like building a girlfriend because you couldn't get one.
Yeah.
Instead of working on yourself to see what can I do that will make me more confident to be able to speak to women or find the right, because I honestly believe that for every weird person there is a weirder person for them. Yeah. Like I am that weird person to someone. Do you get what I mean? Like everybody's that weird person to someone else. Obviously there's levels to the weird and it's all subjective, so take that as you want. But the fact that like it seems like a clear alternative to, because this is what they mentioned in the movie in the last thingy, that the sex
yeah,
doll
the
thing
sex.
that we did.
Yeah, they said it. Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's just
It's crazy.
this is crazy.
This is crazy. So we leave him with Giulietta and like he's rubbing her hand.
That's what we're doing it right now. Yeah, it's weird.
And
I
she
think
puts glasses on her. And
oh my god, can I just talk about the glasses? Because what?
This is why. No, but
What?
I can't believe you find that weird because it's already like
What?
he's already so far gone. And I think of all the, because this is the third sex doll referencing documentary I've watched. Because there was the one on Channel 4. And then there was the one with the sex dolls that we actually did on our pod. And then there's this one. This guy is the
weirdest one.
Yeah.
And also the most like, what's the word, like immersed
Into the world.
like you probably couldn't tell him that it was just a doll.
Yeah.
And like if he said called her like a doll, he'd be like, no, it's Giulietta.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. And then he was wearing like Italian football shirt as well. So I feel like
he's
really
trying to
is.
get into her family life.
No, he really is like immersed. No, but immersed sounds like.
No, he is.
No, but immersed sounds like a good thing. When you're immersed in culture, like it sounds like a good thing. But it's
Immersed
not. It's
and
like
crazy.
delusional.
Yeah. Deluded. Oh, God.
Immersed in delusion.
And he was stroking her hand and shit and watching TV.
And the doll
And
just
then
looks really shit. I'm sorry.
Literally, it looks so shit.
Are there
And
not better
then when
dolls?
the
There
camera
must
goes,
be.
he's going to mount her with his greasy belly.
It's okay. It's enough. It's enough. Where's the wine, please? After this, I need
The whole bottle. So we now see that it's 1 week to the event and only now Tim is looking for a venue, but somehow miraculously he has a venue. The venue looks shit.
Yeah, but so does the show. But the thing is, when you deep it, when you watch these documentaries, and it's always like, oh my god, is this gonna happen in time? Like, you're on a documentary, it's gonna
So
happen.
it happened.
So
Yeah.
it happened. Clearly,
I don't know
it
why I
happened. If
have
not,
those. I will also panic, but I don't know why.
I'm just like, fam, it happened clearly because
You
we're
just
here.
wanted to add some spice because
Because we're here. Exactly.
So we see like Nancy who's struggling to put together a guest list, which is like, I get the struggle, because if you tell me now, oh, find like 60 people to come to this like sex show, okay, I invite my friends. Like, how do you sell that to people?
Yeah, it's true. It's not even just like a normal fashion show. It's like, oh, my cousin's making clothes. Like, just come.
It's
come
literally
support.
sex.
It's like latex.
So Tim and his son have a heart-to-heart at this point, and his son's basically saying, I'm not really on this sex shop thing.
Which
Like,
you've been known.
I'm trying to do my own thing. Like, and he basically says in his confessional that like, if his dad gets old and he needs to step up, he will. But right now he's not really on it, which is...
And also, his dad is going to get old.
Mhm.
And he will have to step up.
Yeah.
Especially if there's no alternative.
But then I feel like his stepping up might be like managing it whilst there are other people at the front, or just he just
maybe.
yeah.
He
I don't
hires
think he'll
someone
ever
to do
come
it.
and be like doing what his dad does. Like,
Yeah, because I
all
think
that
his dad,
sort of
and to be fair to Tim, like Tim really enjoys it, and like the customers, even with Scott, like he's not judgmental at all. Like he makes him feel comfortable, and that's what you should do with
And
your customers.
Taz was like,
Taz
get
was
me
like-
the fuck out of
Taz-
this house.
I remember there was one. I don't remember what the comment was. Yeah, but like his dad said something, and then Scott responded, and Taz literally looked up like
What are you talking about? Yeah.
like
yeah.
eyes to the camera, like Jim, like literally, like
Are you not seeing this?
literally, is it just me?
But there was mold on that door.
God.
I can't get over that.
I don't remember what it looked like. I really was the biggest.
No, but I was horrified.
I'm not watching it.
Have you
again.
seen like I've seen that big thing of like is it not Mickey Mouse or Goofy from like cartoons when he goes to the girl's house and he's like, damn bitch, is this how you live in?
Oh yes, he's like standing by the thing.
That was the reaction I had. Like, damn. So yeah, it's the day of the fashion show, and Nancy has essentially invited over 500 people, but no one has bought tickets in advance. So like, it's like they don't really know how many people are coming. But again, I guess it's that thing of, people are gonna come.
Exactly, people
Yeah.
are gonna come. If not, we wouldn't be here.
So they've had no dress rehearsal,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think is true. I think they said that to spice it up because it looks like it goes well.
And also, it's a fashion show. It's
Walk
not,
down
this is
the
not
walk,
Dior. Like literally, you
walk
walk,
down the thing, walk back.
turn back,
Literally.
maybe do a little shimmy shake in the middle, whatever.
So the show just right at this point seems shambles. On a positive note, the show does become sold out because people show up, but they just haven't pre-bought tickets, which is fine because I feel like it's a kind of event like you decide on the day if you're gonna go. I'm not gonna pre-buy
Yeah, and
my
also
tickets for
like
this shit.
basically the documentary, people were like, guys, there's this thing, just come, we
Yeah,
could be on
literally,
TV.
like, I feel like the Channel 4 being there was
Yeah, it was a draw. Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
So I really like Calandra's dress, like that, but that is the dress
Oh.
of somebody who steals a husband.
I don't remember what it looks like.
It was like sequined, and then it was one of those sequin dresses
Oh, I really
that
wanted
had
to
a
make a Drag Race reference. You know when Roxy Andrews is like sequenced. Guys, if you get it, please tweet me because
my nails kind of.
I'm so alone.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, go on.
So you know the sequin dress that has like the thin like thing at the back.
No, what along the back, like the racer back thing.
Yeah, and it's just like a thin line.
I don't know it, but
Yeah,
I can
it was that.
imagine.
It was that dress. It's the dress you wear when you want to steal someone's husband.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, and then
What about
obviously
the
like
dress you
Nancy
wear
was
when
there.
you've stolen someone's husband?
It's also the dress
Same
because you
thing,
want to show
okay.
your
Oh yeah, the ex
ex.
that you.
Because Nancy
Yeah.
was like in a t-shirt and jeans.
Nancy is.
Nancy, try.
No, but why should she? I literally feel like with Nancy, yeah, she was probably like, I'm not saying she was ever that bitch, but like I feel like she was probably put together, mum of two, businesswoman, like everything. And then like when I say like a man can really ruin your,
Yeah.
like you really have to think about who you want to align yourself
Yeah.
with when it comes to your partner, male or female, because a partner can really like
Ruin you. Yeah, it's
literally
true.
ruin you.
And the thing is that like for him, even if he breaks up with Calandra, he can go on and find another
He'll be fine. If he
woman.
wants to father 6 more kids, he can.
He can. She, on the other hand, will struggle to find someone because it's just the way of the world, and it's shit.
It is what it is.
This is why I feel like if you tether yourself to a man every 5 years, upgrade and keep yourself looking good and upgrade him.
So, as a fiance, what
5
are your
years.
views? 5 years. Okay, cool. All right, babes.
Clock started beginning of this year.
Okay, cool.
So,
So what's
you
that?
got 4 more
2025.
years.
2025.
4 more years at all of this.
4 more years. 4 more years.
So we see the show and it's actually going well. Kizzy's having a lot of fun. So I don't know why she was waffling before about not wanting to do it.
I think she was waved.
Oh, she was. She probably was.
I
to be
think she was
honest.
waved.
And we're at the end of the documentary now, and it just shows each of the family members. And Nancy's basically saying that they're one big dysfunctional happy family, and
So
they just
oxymoron,
want the
in my
family
opinion.
business to work,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally was like, it is what it is. Like, it literally was like...
There was nothing more that, like, I feel like we've told you everything you need to know. Like, it's not...
There's no need to watch it.
Yeah, there's literally... It's not a documentary about, oh, guys,
Unless you want to
watch.
see the sequence dress.
Yeah. I'll show it to you as well.
Okay. But yeah, it was, I mean...
It was a documentary.
I think they should have a reality TV show. That would have been more interesting. Even if they had like 3 episodes of reality TV show, the lead up to the fashion show, that would have been, because then we would have been able to see more.
The dynamic. They could have done more, and like, it wasn't really sexy.
It wasn't, but none of the sex documentaries that we do are sexy. Which is sexy?
Okay, I guess Very British Russell was funny.
That wasn't sexy. That was really funny.
It just, it wasn't good.
Did you listen to the My Dad Wrote a Porno Christmas episode? I sent it to you, right? Okay.
I haven't listened yet, yeah. I was kind of in my music bag today.
Yeah, it made me laugh. I was walking to the shops and I was like laughing.
Is it like Rocky did an episode, or?
No, you know who does the Christmas ones? He writes a Christmas chapter each year. Have you not? But have you finished listening to it?
Yes, but I don't listen to those ones because whenever I see the Christmas special, I just think he's like
No, every Christmas he writes a chapter.
I have more content to listen to now.
He writes a chapter that's just as outrageous as the others. And so this year, he wrote one chapter, but the Jamie was like, it's a really long chapter, so they're splitting it into 2. They got to the end of it and they were like, all of this could have just not been included. We could have just...
No, but I'm really
Christmas
pissed because
good.
this season, last season, season 5, was that the last season or 7?
Yeah, because this is the 5th Christmas episode.
Yeah. So like they really left us on a cliffhanger.
What happened?
Do you remember that Belinda was like kidnapped and we see her like going up into the sky?
Oh yeah,
and she has a matching tattoo.
They get into that.
What the fuck?
They get in. That's what this thing is about.
Oh really?
I don't know why you haven't listened to Christmas episodes.
I don't, because every time I see Rocky answers questions, I can't fuck. I just want to hear more about Belinda Blinks.
I know, but like normally there's a Christmas chapter and then he answers questions.
Yeah,
but you don't hear him.
Yeah, I just always think it's Christmas. Like it's just so I just ignore it. I didn't know. I've got more content then. It's fine.
Yeah, no, but it's really.
I've got like 5
It's one of my favorite podcasts. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, no,
but again, it's not sexy. Even though it's a porno.
Doesn't it turn you on a little bit?
Not even. It turns me off.
My loins.
I have no loins after listening.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
I feel like, I guess it's the same with any sex thing. Unless you're literally fully watching porn, it's going to be like ridiculous.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But this was especially dry.
This was. I mean, it was quite messy.
Turkey.
It's quite messy, but yeah.
I mean, it was messy, but even you say it's messy, but it wasn't really messy.
The documentary wasn't messy. It was the situation that was messy.
But it could have been more entertaining.
That's why I feel like it should have been a reality TV show, because then you could have seen the interactions between people more.
But even the interactions, when the 2 of them were working together.
And they were like arguing and stuff.
It wasn't like that. Like,
yeah, but they're not. This is not
Love and Hip
Towie.
Hop.
Also, speaking of that, Real Housewives of Atlanta new season's out today.
Yeah, I didn't watch the last one. Can I just jump in this one?
But I don't know. I haven't watched it.
No, but I mean,
you can do what you like, babes.
But did anything significant happen last?
I don't remember.
Guys, can you help me out, please? Because I'm not getting anything from this girl.
What are we doing next?
Oh,
it's COVID racist.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this is a lot more serious than what we've just done.
Yeah, but we'll still find the humour in it.
Yeah, no, it's true. And also, I think it's a necessary evil. We should do it. So I'm going to play the trailer for that after this. Where can they find us?
You can find us 2girls1doc, Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, and use the hashtag 2G1D if you want to just discuss anything you've heard on this episode. Also, can you comment, rate, subscribe, whatever it is?
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah, and share
comment.
with people and stuff.
And share with people and stuff. Like, it goes a long way. Like, we know we have some really cool listeners, so make sure you should tell your friends and they tell a friend. And
honestly, and when you guys send us messages and stuff, it makes us so happy.
I literally cried that day when everyone's doing like their top.
Oh, did you?
Wrap up. Yeah, I did cry.
I mean, I didn't shed a tear, but I was elated.
Okay. So, yeah. And where can the people then find you?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at BDOnEyewear and also BDOnEyewear.com. And you are
4ends with 2 underscores on Twitter and Instagram. And also, guys, follow my other podcast page, Character Replay. We have content coming out in Jan. So go follow. If you are not tired of hearing me, you'll be hearing more of me in Jan. So.
No, but you actually enjoy it.
You guys will enjoy it.
You'll enjoy it.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's not BD, by the way. I feel like they might have thought it was you.
No, but you said your other podcast.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But it's cool.
No, I don't want people to be like, oh, where's BD?
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. It's not me, guys. I'm so, do you know what? If you need to drink to get over it, it's fine.
I know, guys.
But we will still support and we'll still listen because the vibes are unmatched.
Unmatched.
Unparalleled.
Exactly. So go follow that page. It's Character Replay on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, just get involved in the conversation. Hashtag Character Replay if you want to tweet us. And Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say. Really.
I think that's it. I'm going to play the trailer for Is COVID Racist?
God, I've got a very gassy belly.
So it's time to go.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Phone rang. And she said, your sister's not well. So you're telling me Arima's dying? They said yes. Nursing to her was a life, dream come true. She said, I'm really not feeling well. Call the ambulance, can't do it anymore. She's a key worker. She's been working in the hospital. We explained all of that.
And then mum is like on the deathbed, like dying.
No nurse, no doctor. Should have passed away.
The NHS has been Britain's front line in battling the COVID-19 pandemic, with thousands risking their lives to help others. Tragically, over 200 frontline NHS healthcare workers have now died. But something disturbing has been happening. 2/3 of those healthcare workers who have died have been from black and minority ethnic groups.
Hundreds more medics have died, many from the BAME communities.
I'm Dr. Ronki Akaria, and I work as an emergency medicine doctor in an East London hospital. I'm proud to work within the NHS, and I feel privileged to provide frontline care during this pandemic. We are now in the second deadly wave, and black and brown people like me deserve answers.
People are angry about racial injustice, and I get that. Black Lives Matter.
I've enlisted a group of experts to help explain what's going on.
Take one. The COVID pandemic has certainly been discriminatory.
We know that we're dying. We just need to see some action from government to keep us alive.
The end result is in body bags. You can't argue with the body count.
For the first time in my life, I was thinking, am I going to go to work? Am I going to get unwell? And am I going to die?
Where's the wine, please? After this, I need
A whole bottle.
Can we grab? Thanks, babes. I'll open it. Okay. Okay. Could you just pour it for me? I don't know why we're... Thanks, babes. It's okay.
It's okay.
Thanks, my love. It's nice, isn't it?
No, yeah,
the more you drink it, the less diluted it tastes.
No, it does still taste diluted.
Maybe if we boil it down, would that make it thicker?
Perhaps.
Maybe try it. Leave some and try it.
I'm not
gonna try it.
No, take it home and try it.
I have to carry another thing.
Okay, I'll leave it in my house.
Okay.
Next time I come, I'll boil it.
Okay, thank you.